Hi everyone, I'm Danielle Matus here at Caring Medical Florida. I'm with our patient Tracy, who we have been seeing for her chronic low back pain. So Tracy, what led you to prolotherapy?
Well, I did see a prolotherapist prior to moving to Florida for a couple years and was looking for more results. So went on the internet, Googled, and Danielle came up and watched all of her videos and said, this is where I need to be. So that's what drew me here.
That's awesome. So then you came in, and you remind me, you had back pain for how long when I first saw you?
Over 20 years after giving birth to the 3 kids.
Yes, right. And so 20 years. I mean, that's a long time with suffer. And
absolutely.
I'm sure you tried a lot of things.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tried so many things.
So when you came here for prolotherapy, what were your goals? Like, what were you trying to find a diagnosis? Were you trying to just by any means get rid of this pain? What were you looking for?
I was looking for a variety of things. First off, when you say pain, living with chronic pain, like you said, for that many years and going to so many different people, and everyone could help in their own certain way, but no one really got to the root cause of my pain. And knowing that, learning so much from you and this process, knowing that the ligament instability in my pelvis was key. So when we talk about goals, I wanted to be able to stabilize. I knew I wasn't going to always ever get back to, the golf and the tennis, how physically active I was. But what I really wanted to be able to do was just normal activities because it had gotten that bad.
Yeah, that's hard. Mm-hmm. And you're in really good shape. Like, you exercise, like, you take care of yourself,
Absolutely.
Like, you have, strong muscles. And so I think that can be, and you can, share your part too, is like that's very frustrating for patients sometimes when you're like, I'm doing all the things. Mm-hmm. Like, my core is so strong, my glutes are so strong, I've done all the muscle stuff, and you're still suffering. So it just, there's more to it, right, than maybe a muscle imbalance, right? And
absolutely. Absolutely. Believe in it 100%.
So we've treated you 8 rounds of prolotherapy thus far with your low back. How are you doing today?
I am doing very well. Like, I drove from Wisconsin to Florida and never was what I thought I was ever going to be able to do that. So the strength and the stability, I would have crawled out of the car, and I've been able to do that. Is there a little bit more that we need to go? Absolutely. And it takes time. I know that, to get there, as I'm encountering number 9 injection, but feel so much more stable. Even when I'll go to trainers, and I still do see a chiropractor on occasion, they just can't believe the amount of strength. And it's not muscles, it is that they can feel my ligaments getting stronger, stabilizing my back.
How long is that drive from Wisconsin to Florida? Like, in the South Florida?
22 hours.
22 hours. That's a long time in the car.
Yes. And to be able to, I popped out quicker than my husband did.
Wow.
So,
that's awesome.
It was huge.
How are you doing with daily things? That's what you mentioned, like just normal things, like taking care of yourself, your house, things like that. How is that all going right now?
Well, last year I had to have a cleaning crew come into my house. I couldn't even get down on all fours cleaning. It was so hard, and those different movements and using the different muscle groups that were attached to those ligaments, and can do that now.
And you raised a good point about like cleaning, because especially with low back, like pelvic instability patients that I see, it's a lot of, like loading the dishwasher, you know what I mean? And scrubbing things where you're kind of bent over in this like rotational kind of view, or position. That hurts, and that's hard to do, and it's something that we take for granted, right? Being able to put dishes in a dishwasher and things like that. So I love those little victories. Like, I always want patients to get back to whatever it is they want to do, but even doing those little things, like, we got to celebrate that along the way too, because that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, well, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, my number one thing though, what I did wanted to say is, as I watched Danielle and all of her videos, is it's a huge, someone that's gone through a chronic pain for that lengthy of time, it's a huge thing to say, I trust in my provider, and I trust you immensely. Like, you, from the minute you walked through the door, I just said, you had answers. And as we went through this journey together, you never ever left me and said, well, like I've heard in the past, well, this is it. This is the way it is. It was never the way it is with you. It was always, let's think this through. Let's try this. And everything that you did worked. And with that, the layers of trust have gotten so strong that was,
I love that.
that was the key for me to continue and me to speak accolades about
Yeah, absolutely.
this facility.
Well, and you raise a good point too, because when we try, we're trying to get rid of chronic pain, right? We're trying to fix the underlying issue. I would love it if it was like, hey, I'm going to wave this magic wand. You know what I mean? I would get tennis elbow all day long, like waving magic wands. I think that would be fantastic. But the reality is that it takes time, and it takes patience on your part too, and discipline and so forth. So you've been a tremendous patient, which, is like, you got to give yourself credit too for how well you're doing. So
thanks. Yeah. The key is patience, because we all want to be cured yesterday, and
yeah, you do.
That's just not the way it works. And especially after how long a person has been in chronic pain, to know that it takes time is key. Because once you build that trust and you've got that patience, you're good to go.
World's your oyster.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tracy.
Love it. Yes.